Hello, folks. Glad you could be with me today. I'm going to tell you another father-in-law story. My first wife's father. I want to touch on that last story I told about him getting wet in a boat, and he didn't catch no fish because I was hitting all the pockets. One reason he didn't catch a lot of fish, if we went fishing for 4 hours, there was a lot went on besides fishing. Because Boyce, that was his name, Boyce, B-O-Y-C-E, he smoked a pipe. He mixed his own blends of tobacco. And he would spend 2 hours of every 4 hours that we was out fishing packing that pipe with his tobacco. And I didn't mind him smoking because it smelled wonderful. I just didn't smoke. And he would pack that and have to keep it lit. So he was lighting that, packing and lighting that tobacco 50% of the time that he was in the boat. So he didn't catch near as many fish as he would have had he kept his lure wet. But anyhow, I want to tell you another story. We was going ling fishing one day. Now ling is cobia, saltwater fish. Average pound that you'll catch will be usually between 40 and 80 pounds. Most of them will be around 50 or 60. But we was going ling fishing down Panama City, Florida. And we was putting in on the Air Force Base, Tyndall Air Force Base, that he was stationed at. We was down there visiting him. This is after I got back from Vietnam and so forth. And so we was down there visiting, and he had a little yellow Volkswagen, and he had a boat hook on a thing on the back of it. And I can't remember the kind of boat we had, but it was about 17.5 foot long, but I believe it was more like the tracker boats that we have today. It was lightweight aluminum, I think, which was fine because we were just going a little ways down in salt water and hit a freshwater creek and go up it a ways. But I got out and I was holding the rope, and he backed the boat off. And as soon as the boat got backed off, why, then I pulled it around to where the dock was, tied it off. And sometime in between the time I was pulling it to the dock and that, he knocked it out of gear or put it in the wrong gear and backed out into the water. Now, a Volkswagen will float for quite a while. And when I looked and I said, "Boys, what are you doing in the water?" He says, "I knocked it out of gear or something." I can't remember now whether he might accidentally put it in reverse or whatever, but it was a standard shift, so I'd say he just knocked it out of gear, but I can't remember. But anyhow, he was sitting there, and when I looked up, lighting that pipe, sitting in the driver's seat, and he said, "Throw me a rope." Well, I had to find one first in the boat, but we had one in the boat about 50, 60 foot long. Of course, I was good with the rope anyhow, and I said, I'll lasso your mirror and then pull you in. And this was a 1/4-inch nylon rope, best I remember, but it made a good lasso. So I got that looped up, and I wasn't worried about him sinking. I just took my time, done it easy, and done a good job of looping it. And I lassoed that mirror and brought him in until he got, I had to pull him up and up until his back wheels got on that concrete, and then he pulled right on up and out. Our boat, Volkswagen was running the whole time. It's just sitting there in that water bubbling. But Volkswagen, good little car. They'd float forever, even with the windows rolled down. And make a long story short, we didn't get to go fishing that day because he had to get the inside of that Volkswagen dried out because they did get some water in the floorboard. And he didn't want to get up around the battery. And so we had to go back to the house. But that was just a little short. And we'll cut that one off there. Y'all have a good day. I'll put this one on TikTok. And y'all have a blessed day. And we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.